Hello everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. We're talking about the stress test today. The mortgage stress test is explained to us, me as well, by our mortgage specialist from the Bank of Montreal. Assad Naeem is here with us. Good to see you again, Assad. So I'll leave it to you today because you totally understand it. So just explain then the implications of the stress test on a mortgage, if you would, bud.
Absolutely, for sure. Thanks, Stu. Yeah, a lot of people hear it. A lot of people hear the stress test. A lot of people hear about a qualification rate. And some people know it. Some people are totally clueless about it. But let's go over it. Let's dive into it. What is a stress test? Sometimes banks or lenders call it the qualification rate. Now, what it is a rate above what you would get on your mortgage in order to see if you would be able to continue paying your mortgage payments if the rates were to go up. In situations like happened in the past 2 years where the rates had continuously gone up. Now, why it is to make sure that, yes, you're getting this mortgage at whatever rate you're getting it at, but now we just want to test to see if you can afford the same mortgage if the rates were to go up. And if you could still afford it, then hey, this mortgage is for you. If not, then hey, it'll become too stressful for you to afford this mortgage if the rates were to go up. So hence, do you qualify? And would you continue to qualify if the rates were to increase? And that's where the name stress test, because they're checking to see how much stress you'd be under, or the qualification rate to see whether you would still be qualified if the rate were to increase. Now, typically what the stress test is in terms of ratios or in terms of percentages, it's 5.25%. Can you afford your mortgage if the rate was 5.25%? Or it's your contracted mortgage rate, whatever you're going to get, plus 2% added to that. For example, if your rate is 4.79, you add 2% to that, and now that rate becomes 6.79. So the stress test is the greater of those two, either 5.25% or 2% higher than what your contracted rate is. So whatever your rate you're going to get, add that by 2%, and that'll be a stress test, especially in today's terms, where rates are higher than 2.5%. So your stress test would not be 2.5%. In fact, I've recently seen stress tests go as high as 8% and 9%, depending on what term the person was signing up for. And the reason for that, once again, is if the Bank of Canada continued to hike rates and everyday interest rates were to get higher and higher, would you still be able to afford that mortgage if, your rate was variable, or if it came up to renewal and it was a higher rate at that time, would you still be able to afford that? And that's essentially what the stress test is. It's there to help you qualify for that home, God forbid if rates were to keep going higher, and to see if you would be able to continue to live in that home, because no one wants to give you a home where you would not be able to afford or live in it in the future. Everyone wants to take care of your financial well-being and be able to make sure that you live in a stress-free life and you're not under financial stressful conditions.
Okay, good one. Yeah, that was well explained. It's not actually what you're going to be paying, it's what to protect you could you pay. Absolutely. If the worst came to the worst. We, of course, think positive. And we're thinking early next year that the bank rate's going to go down and everything's going to be good. Yeah?
Hopefully. So, who's crossed?
I've got everything crossed, actually, Assad. Yep. So that's good. Then we've explained that. And we'll pick another topic for this time next week. And we'll get this posted on the YouTube channel. They can get in touch with you. All your contact details will be at the end of the video. Thanks, Assad.
Sounds good. Yeah, no worries.
Have a good week.
You too.
Thank you for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to be notified of new ones.